The vast majority of the responses we categorize as emotions come from the external vital nature. The vital being has a strong tendency to the expression of rajas, which can bring forward strong, powerful actions, violent and passionate emotions, and eventually, when it retreats, a fall into tamas, which can lead to depression, despair, weakness, and uncertainty in the being. The concept of romantic love and the extremes it can lead to have been documented widely in the work of authors and playwrights. William Shakespeare cataloged the vital emotions throughout his body of writings, including the famous play Romeo and Juliet, where two young people experienced an intense feeling of emotional love, but were separated by the mutual hostility between their families. They eventually overcame this separation to find fulfillment in their passionate romantic love for one another. But at a certain point, Romeo was forced to flee the town, and Juliet was directed to marry someone she could not accept. A priest stepped in, provided a drug that feigned death, and instead of a wedding, her family conducted a funeral. Meanwhile, Romeo returned, without knowing what happened, discovered the apparently dead body of Juliet, and killed himself in the despair that seized him. When Juliet revived from the artificial death, she saw the dead body of Romeo and committed suicide to join him after death. What clearer picture of the vital emotional being and its reactions can we find? Shakespeare illuminates the theme of vital passions and their effects throughout his plays such as Othello, Macbeth, Hamlet, King Lear, and many more. In one of his plays, Pericles, Prince of Tyre, Shakespeare attempts to distinguish passion, lust, and vital expressions of love from a deeper, purer expression, which appears to be his sole attempt at an approach to what the mother identifies as psychic love. He was limited by the language and the conceptions of his time, trying to describe something that was, to say the least, an unusual emotional framework. Whether he succeeded or not, we can leave to each reader. Pericles' daughter Marina was kidnapped and sold into slavery in a brothel. She maintained her virginal status by the strength of her purity and aspirations, and her ability to reach deeper into the potential clients sent to her than just satisfying their lustful feelings. The play has long been undervalued simply because it does not follow the popular and easily recognized patterns of the vital nature and its emotional reactions, but tries to reach a deeper source. The mother writes, quote, "Vital emotions are of an altogether different nature. They are very clear, very precise. You can express them very distinctly. They are violent. They usually fill you with an intensity, a restlessness, sometimes a great satisfaction. And then the opposite comes with the same force. And so many people think. We have mentioned this several times already. Some people imagine they experience love only when it is like that, when love is in the vital, when it comes with all the movements of the vital, all this intensity, this violence, this precision, this glamour, this brightness. And when that is absent, they say, oh, this is not love. And yet, that is exactly how love gets distorted. Already it is no longer love, it is beginning to be passion. And this is an almost universal error among human beings. Some people are full of a very pure, very high, very selfless psychic love, and yet they know nothing about it and think they are cold, dry, and without love, because this admixture of vital vibration is absent. For them, love begins and ends with this vibration. And it is something highly unstable which has movements and reactions and violences of all kinds. In depression as in satisfaction, love is something very ephemeral for these people. They have minutes of love in their lives. It may last for a few hours, and then it becomes dull and flat again, and they imagine that love has deserted them. End quote. Reference: Sri Aurobindo and the Mother, The Psychic Being, Soul, Its Nature, Mission, and Evolution, Section 1, Meaning and Nature of the Psychic Being, pages 39 to 40.